All right, Wade,
Hello,
we are
hello, hello.
live on YouTube and on Zoom, so whenever you're ready.
Live on YouTube and Zoom. Okay, guys, we're going to get started right on time, just like I try to do every single week. Welcome to 15 minutes or so with me on all things funding. If you have a question or uh, whatever, a comment about funding in general, write them down at the end of this quick presentation. I'm going to, at that point, answer all questions. And if you want to text them, or add them to the chat, you can do so as well. But first, I am going to share my screen and hold on. You guys see that?
Yes, we do.
Perfect. All right, guys. We're going to talk today about becoming the funding agent for your area. I'm going to talk about industry types that I love and would um, um, encourage you to love as well. I'm going to talk about, the different industries, what's involved in those industries, what type of businesses, and then I'm going to end it with all of our top weekly. We got 10 top weekly spotlighted businesses that we funded and what they use the funds for. So um, if you truly are following David's plan and you at this point want to become the funding agent for your area, just take over your territory. There are places you have to start. Number one is your warm market. Number two is your local market. And number three is your light market industry. What is it that you love? What industry? And I'm gonna kind of push you toward a couple of industries today. But just so you know, your warm market includes all of your friends that you know. It's really a trusted circle of people that you know that maybe own their own business or they know people that are one or two people. They know business people, or they know that by the way they can introduce you to, or they know people that are looking for this exact business opportunity or something very much like it. I don't think I've ever gone to a community meeting in my area where I didn't at least find someone who was like one girl that wants to come in and talk to me. She's been calling on restaurants all throughout the Greenville County because she sells wine. What a great broker that would be. Others are in the insurance industry, others are real estate people. All of these can either be brokers or they know businesses that very well might be interested in funding. And then work your warm market business owner, the people that you know that already own a business, whether or not they want funding from you is really irrelevant. They know a lot of businesses. There's a lot of scripts in the Agent Resource Center that can help you meet, greet, and inform those folks. I go over them all the time. Then you can talk to all the professionals in your area, like CPAs, bank managers, those people about getting ideas of how you can help with the turn downs. Listen, another idea is there's every community has tons of regional offices where they do personal loans or even payday type loans. If you can go in there and tell the people that you want to help the business people they can't help, that because most of theirs are personal and they got to have collateral, whether it's furniture or whatever. And maybe you can make them a resource for you, a referral source or referral partner. Again, a referral source is someone just refers everybody to you every week and they don't care about a commission. They just want to help their clients. Then you got referral partners who can become a broker for you in your organization, and then you want to start talking to every. You got to have make sure that every local business in your area know about who you are. There's only a couple ways to do that. You got to do these mass advertising campaign, or you can basically go to all the chamber meetings, or when the chamber. You don't even have to, even if you don't want to join. The chambers always you can go to their website and they can there are different events that are taking place. You can go to the Home Builders Association website. There are a lot of their events taking place, and that's where nothing but business people are. And then you want to become industry focused. Well, here are some of the industry types that are out there. I put at the head of it construction. Now that includes home builders, plumbers, electricians, pavers, excavators, HVAC, roofers, asphalt companies. It just goes on and on and on. I love this market, and I have really dedicated my time when I am going to be talking to business people outside of this office to talk to people in the construction industry, and they're everywhere. Even in my office right here, I run across people all the time that are in here working on the office. There's 60 some offices in this building. So I can see people that have ladders and electricians, and I can go talk to them. Plus the people that own this building, they own a lot of other ones, and they're going to be able to become a great resource to me. I'm just now beginning to talk to them after all this time. I'm sitting here with a gold mine and haven't taken advantage of it. I would pick out this as an industry for two reasons. Number one, most of these folks have great revenue. It's going to be almost all over 15 to 25,000. Most of them are going to be 50,000 and above on a monthly basis. Some of them several hundred thousand. These folks need money all the time. And especially a lot of subcontractors, they've got crews they got to pay. If they're a landscaping contractor, they're always messing up a mower or something. They don't have time to go do an application, run it through, and hope in another week to 10 days they're going to get an answer on whether or not they can lease equipment. Most of the time, it's no. 90% of businesses going to banks is going to be a no. So I would pick out construction over every one. If it were me, if you feel comfortable talking to construction people, healthcare is fabulous, but getting through the gatekeeper is very difficult. Those ladies and men that set up in the front office of a doctor's office or any kind of healthcare facility, they get paid not to let you go see the doctor at that point unless you are a patient. So those are a little bit more difficult. So I would say if you're going to concentrate on healthcare, start with individual home healthcare companies. Go to um, um, your Yelp or Google or wherever and find all the home healthcare in the entire county and start contacting those people because they're going to be the ones that really need money and they're going to need it today. Restaurants are great, but you can't call on restaurants during breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You have to do it on other times, and it's just a little bit more difficult. It's more of a finesse type business. Catching the owner there is going to be real tough. Manufacturing is great, but you're going to have to walk into a manufacturing facility, and without a referral, it's a little bit tougher to do. I love retail because all day long you can pass out cards in retail. The smaller ones like ice cream shops and little lighting companies shipping and mailing. Usually the owner's there. They're really good. And if you see any kind of landscaping, and by the way, this is the perfect time. This is April and all landscaping starting back up. It could not be a better time. So you see crews out there working, find out who owns it, get them your Connect card in their hands. But landscaping, tree service, and pool contractors are fabulous. They're going to need money all the time. Then there's repair shops, especially auto and truck repair, but pretty much any type of repair shop. You can stop in and give them the information that you have, but you have to decide, is this a group of people that I want to really learn their craft and what they're doing and why they need money and that sort of thing. Because that's what you need to do. Why will these people need the money? Why would retailers need money? Why would landscapers need money? Why would marinas need money? We got Carl with a K. He's calling on marinas and yacht places all the time. He knows what they need there. E-commerce. Then we got pretty much it goes on and on. Insurance agencies and accounting. These are really good places to go find referral partners and referral sources. Education, which is childcare, that sort of thing. Again, most of the time the owner is working inside those facilities, which include dance studios and gyms. Nail and hair salons are fabulous. There may be a language barrier in a lot of them, but that is not an issue for you, and you can maybe if you can speak Korean or whatever, those might be places that you really want to concentrate on. But just look at all these type industries, pick one, become an expert, or pick two, and follow what David says all the time, which is your warm market, your local market, and then your like market. What is it you like? Do you like the construction industry? Me personally, I love it because these guys are real. I'm going to give you another idea. If you know someone that goes around selling tools like, I don't know, snap tools or other tool vendors that are always stopping at garages everywhere, get to know those folks. My local rep, David, here in Greenville, is really taking advantage of that scenario there. There are some high risk industries out there that may only qualify for 25 to 100% of what their current monthly revenue are, and you just need to understand what those are. Most of them are seasonal. A lot of them are iffy type industries because of the fact that they can come and go tomorrow. And credit repair companies, I think, are great, but if they're going to take funding themselves, they're only going to get anywhere from 25 to 100% of what they're doing on a monthly basis. But here are our spotlighted deals of this past week. Number one, a financial services company we got $30,000 for. They're out of Connecticut. They needed funds for office equipment. They didn't want to go lease it. They just want to go buy it. We got an insurance service. They got 50,000 funded in 6 hours with online checkout. They needed funds to hire new agents and to do advertising. HVAC, 65,000. They're out of Kansas. This is their fourth renewal. They need the funds for inventory. They got a job coming up, and they're waiting for other people to pay them. So they just needed it for short term. A restaurant for 22.5 in Texas. They needed it for a new piece of equipment. A medical spa, a $250,000 one in Florida. Online checkout in 2 hours. The client took another 4 days to decide. They needed the funds for their business expansion. That's a big one. Tax and accounting service, 50,000. They're out of Mississippi. They needed funds to advertise and hire 2 new service agents for this season. Landscaping company, 12.5 in Georgia, needed funds for a new mower. We got a remodeling and handyman service, $20,000 in Alabama. Needed funds for paint and trim inventory. By the way, these aren't the largest necessarily for the week. We got others that were 100, whatever. These are just different and unique in different states. A masonry company, 75,000. They just need it for working capital. Got payroll and some other things coming up. And then a healthcare therapist, 25,000 out of California, working capital. The insurance payments from the government are late, and she doesn't have the funds to get through the month until her invoices are paid. So I'm going to stop the sharing. Those are our spotlighted companies of the day. I would strongly advise you guys to jump on your local market. Don't pick out an industry for that, but just try to get information in front of everybody. However you decide you're going to do that. I've already spoken till I'm hoarse trying to tell everyone to join your local chamber. There should not be a chamber in America that we're not members of, but join your local chamber, join your home builders association, go to the meetings, and those are long-term goals. But immediate goals are go and knock on every door in your community, and then pick out an industry that you love, and then work that industry as hard as you possibly can. So, do we have any questions about anything that has to do with today or anything that has to do with funding, period? Do we have anything in the chat?
We do have one question in the chat and then one hand up. So Mark asked, many businesses in construction advertise that they're offering financing for their customers. Would these still possibly need our platform for their own needs?
Well, first of all, those are customer financing, in-house customer financing, where they're coming in and buying something from it. When I'm talking construction, I'm talking about more or less people are out there that are knocking down buildings and building things, not customer finance. The customer finance has nothing to do with what their needs are, by the way. So if you are going into a company that offers, like let's just say that they're offering um, these Florida back porches that they can put on to your house. I forgot what the name escapes me or what they're called. Well, they can get those financed, but they can't get themselves financed through it. And it's a credit based issue. So most of these people aren't going to be able to get credit anyway. They're not their own customers. They still need money. But that's the construction people that I'm talking, electricians. Yeah, some of them, if you need a new HVAC, they're going to have financing available, but it doesn't mean they're going to get financed. So that isn't going to interfere whatsoever with you. I hope that answered your question.
All right, thanks, Wade. And then we have AJ. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, you had mentioned landscaping companies a minute ago.
Yep.
Now, this question would encompass any company that would be seasonal, like landscaping is a seasonal company. And you mentioned how coming into the summer, they're going to need new equipment, or there
Yep.
might be things to prep for the summer. Well, if they're coming out of the winter, they wouldn't have that much business. And you always ask for the last 4 months of bank statements. So how would you work that if they don't have very much income coming in those last 4 months because they're coming out of the winter, and then they're going to be coming into the summer where they're going to be bringing in all that money?
That's a great question. The answer is you get 12 months of bank statements, because that's what I'm going to ask for, whether you get it or not. As soon as my team sees that you're in the landscaping, a season, we know a seasonal business, and then we're going to go ahead and ask them for 12 months of bank statements, because then I can propose that. Then it won't really matter as much, because we're looking at what did they earn last year during the payback months of April, May, and June. That's all they care. That's what we care about the most in these seasonal businesses. Also, in these seasonal businesses, some of them actually are really not seasonal, because they do plows and what have you up north, and in the south they manicure lawns, they cut trees down, they do a whole lot of other stuff where they keep your lawn. They have client. I got the one that used to do our yard had like 300 clients that pay him every month, 12 months a year. So it really won't matter. But as far as seasonal companies, we don't even look at them seasonal starting in April, because most of these people have been mowing lawns since January in the south. Up north, it's a little bit different.
Right. Okay. So when they go to the Bank Breezy platform, of course through David Capital website, but when they fill out that application and they're asked for the 4 months of bank statements, the last 4 months, will they just put in the last 4 months, and then you all will recognize what it is, and then you'll contact them and ask them for the 12 months, or
Yep.
should
Yeah,
I
that's how
instruct them to upload off 12 months?
that's exactly the way it works.
Okay.
But AJ, first of all, most of the states is 3 months worth of bank statements, not four. There's only
Okay.
about a dozen states that require 12 months. All the rest of them are, 4 months. All the rest of them are 3 months. Secondly, we know landscaping. We know what the seasonal businesses are. However, sometimes an ice cream shop, for example, could be considered seasonal. But in the South, they've been doing well ever since January.
Gotcha.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. So the system though will know to ask for 4 months or 3 months. I don't have to know that by what state they're in. It'll
No, you
automatically
don't.
register
Yep.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the system automatically knows.
Okay. Perfect. Thank
Thank
you.
you, buddy.
All right, IBA, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, Wade.
Hi.
Hi. Last week, David said people are going to Bank Breezy instead of David Allen Capital, but we got Bank Breezy drop cards. Are we using them incorrectly, or should we just not use them anymore?
What do you mean, Bank Breezy drop cards? You don't have you don't have Bank Breezy drop cards, aren't they? If you got them from the company, if you got them as the company said, they're David Allen Capital.
Yeah. These, I
You
don't know
need
if
to
you
throw,
can see it.
those are really old. Those are
Yeah.
that's the old instant.
Yeah, I still
That's a
had a few
long
left.
time ago. You need to order the DAC Connect cards with David Allen Capital focus on all of them. We don't even offer those cards anymore. Those are really old.
Okay, so just quit using them.
On that particular one, I would, and that way, there's no way they would go to the Bank Breezy. They won't look it up. They're going to go to DAC.
Okay, thanks, Wade.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, I think that's it. Listen, guys, I really appreciate your time again today. I don't take it lightly. I know, we got 60 some people on here today. That's really good. I really appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, email me at wade@bankbreezy.com and I'll be glad to answer them if you didn't want to ask them today. Y'all have a blessed rest of the week, and especially this holy weekend that we're coming up. I pray blessings on every one of you.